Hello everyone. This video we're going to be sort of diving into the movies that I picked up during last month, October. So I bought plenty of movies that I had seen, some I had not. So we're going to sort of dive into it because I enjoy showcasing movies not only to sort of share my love for them, but to sort of invite comments of the movies I haven't seen. Maybe you guys have a list of which ones I should see next, or maybe you guys could put it in order for me. So let's sort of dive into it. Being October, spooky season, I did buy several horror movies that I had wanted to see. Some of the ones I did buy, I did end up seeing. I did not get to all of them. I'll be getting to them at some point. So let's sort of dive into it. So with Walmart's new sort of exclusive steelbooks for select movies, here's another one. We have Leatherface. I have not seen this one yet, but I look forward to checking it out. I don't hear a lot of good things of the Texas Chainsaw franchise besides the first couple, but on a generic surface level, I am finding them entertaining. So I'll dive into that one in a little while. We have Salem's Lot. This was a Walmart purchase for less than $10. This is the original one. I know they've done at least the remake recently, and for an affordable copy of such a classic original movie, I know the lighting's weird. It's a lot of these are still in the wrap. Most of them are, in fact. But I'll be checking this out at some point. It was nice to see that Walmart had at least some affordable copies of movies that were. It seemed honestly like a randomized selection of which ones they had, because there are some classic, some that people don't recommend, and vice versa. So it was a kind of an odd mix. This one, The Mist, found this one at Walmart as well. So this is the Stephen King's The Mist. So I'm going to check this one out. This is another one that I meant to see last month and just didn't get around to it. But I'll be getting around to it in just a little while. This is also a Walmart exclusive, I believe. I don't know if this is exclusive to Walmart, but this is the more recent Halloween trilogy steelbook. So as this comes up, it's just Michael Myers. This was an interesting copy. This is a trilogy I had meant to see last month, but I will be diving into this probably more recently than the others, or honestly the rest of these. So this is pretty high on my watch list. Now we get into the random DVD buying at Walmart. So we have Krampus. Of course, I picked this up because it was $5. I was going to pay more for this. I hear that I should have very low expectations for this, but I'm going to check it out. We also have Baghead, which I haven't heard a lot about, but the actress in this movie was in Kingdom for the Planet of the Apes, so I am interested in seeing more of her work, assuming that she is coming back for another sequel next Planet of the Apes franchise. So we'll see what's going on with this one. And then this one, Sting. I don't know, guys. This one, I really am going into this one and the last two blind. I really don't know much about them at all, but I'll be checking it out. I'm hearing interesting things about it, I guess, but I'm going to get an opinion for myself and see what it's about. So those are the ones I've purchased that I have not seen. So let's sort of dive into the ones that I have. So I wanted to get more of this director's work. I have Panic Room. I had seen this a while back, and I can't recall if this was Kristen Stewart's first film or just one of. But this is her early work, and this was actually a really good movie. It's very intense. There's a lot of unsettling moments. It was very much a edge of your seat kind of movie, this one. So I liked it, and I haven't found a really thin copy in such a long time. This is a DVD, but I wouldn't be surprised if they end up putting this in 4K if they haven't already in the near future. And then this one, this was interesting. We have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. This is the one from the early 2000s. And this one is an interesting copy because the DVD comes out from underneath, and it actually opens up. See, yep, 4 ways. And on the inside here, I'll pull this out. It's got this sort of, this creepy letter. I didn't know this was actually part of the set or not. But you take it out and you have these evidence notes. This is from the movie, but it's hard to tell. You have each one has some sort of gruesome, gritty image from the movie. So, as a collector of physical media, seeing movies come with just something a little extra like this, I just found fascinating. I'm glad that I found this copy. This is a neat copy of the movie to have. And then this is one I can't recall if I reviewed. If I haven't, I'm going to. A Quiet Place Day 1. I got the steelbook here, and this was actually a really, really, really solid movie. I wasn't expecting too much going into it, but I was very pleasantly surprised by this one. So I look forward to opening it, seeing it again, and reviewing it for the channel. Another steelbook is this one was also gifted. The Strangers. This is the original one. This one is in 4K, and I look forward to opening this one up. I think this is a really cool cover. It's a nice steelbook, and having the original movie in 4K I just think is really neat. This is one of the few horror movies that wasn't some jump scare, in-your-face scary movie, but it was extremely unsettling and extremely creepy based off of the filmmaker's subtleties. So they did not have to try hard with this movie, but it was just the cleverness of how it was made. It ended up being extremely effective without having to have flashy, loud music jump scares. So I like this one a lot. This is one of my favorites. And then this one was Arrow Video. This is Trick or Treat. This one, I have not opened it up yet, guys. I'm really bad about when I get something I've already seen, just not opening it for a while. But I look forward to opening this one up. I really like this movie. I sort of had mixed thoughts when I saw it at first, but after rewatching it, I really loved how different it was. So I look forward to seeing it again on 4K. And who knows? I had mixed thoughts before when I reviewed it the first time. I'll honestly probably review it again just to have a updated opinion, because my opinion has changed a little bit. So I like this one a lot. I'm glad it's this is a 4K copy, and I'm glad it's in my collection now. We have this one I showcased already, Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey Part 2. It's just another addition to the Poohniverse. Why we got that sequel, I don't know, but it was entertaining, so let's see what happens next. This one I actually saw several years ago. This movie is definitely a intense movie. It's one of those that how the character's going to get out of the situations they're in. It's just sort of those guessing movies. You're trying to theorize and guess how it's going to end and what's going to end up happening. And there's just multiple twists that happen throughout it. So I thought this was an interesting watch. And I think they have a great cast in here as well. So now we get on to some of my favorites in horror, even though these are all extremely recent movies. I know, I'm being that guy this year. So, Longlegs. This was an extremely well-written, well-filmed, and well-acted movie. I really wanted to do a review, but I know I wanted to have the physical copy to showcase in my video, and I wanted to wait till I got a physical copy so I can also watch it again right before review, so I have some fresh thoughts from it. But this one I really, really liked. I know Nicolas Cage has sort of commented saying that it was stressful playing this kind of a villain, and I can see why, because he was so damn good in it. So this is not a movie that they're going to do a sequel for. If they make a sequel, I will be utterly confused, because this is definitely a standalone kind of movie. But I really like this a lot. This was genuinely creepy. This is more similar to The Strangers, even though there's a couple moments meant to be a jump scare. This one is definitely more reliant on the cleverness and subtlety of its horror elements without having to be in-your-face horror. When I say in-your-face horror, I think of movies, some Blumhouse, like the It and It Chapter 2, the recent ones. Just the movies meant to rely on jump scares, I just find ineffective for me personally, and that has nothing to do with my opinion of jump scares as a whole. It just, for me personally, it's not effective. So I just find movies that rely on that to be more bland than others. But this one is really well written, so I like this one a lot. This is definitely one of my favorites this year. And then this one, we have Maxine. This finishes off the trilogy where we have X, and Pearl, and Maxine. It's interesting the order they did it, because X takes place in its current timeline. Pearl is then a prequel, and then Maxine is the sequel. So the order's a little off, but you know, it was still a really solid trilogy. Mia Goth does a phenomenal job acting in all three movies. I have heard that some people said this one was the weaker one of the trilogy, and maybe they're right. I enjoyed it more than Pearl. I know some people didn't, but I like this one. I thought it was a solid trilogy overall, and I look forward to seeing what Mia Goth is going to do next, and what the director Ty West, what he's going to do next. And then for our last movie, this is a movie I had already owned, but I wanted to get the upgraded copy for it, so I actually bought the Blu-ray of Terrifier 2. Now, I know, okay, this does look better in DVD, but I also kind of want to see what it's going to look like in upgraded format. I know that they have made a 4K before. I'm sure one will be re-released when the third is actually out. On Amazon, you can pre-order a 4K Steelbook for Terrifier 3 already, which I ordered my copy. And so, anyway, so I got the Blu-ray for this one because I want to get the 4K eventually, so I have the Blu-ray for now. It's not... I know it's senseless spending a little bit, but I do want to have this trilogy in 4K, but also have it on DVD. That doesn't make any sense, but this is one of my favorites when it comes to the horror genre. Does it compete with the originals? Because we have to debate it, should say just how good these movies are. There are a lot of modern horror that if you asked how does it compare to the originals, and the answer is it doesn't, then there you go, that's your answer. When you have to debate whether or not a current movie compares to the originals, that's how you know they're really stepping up their game and they're really trying to do something different and original and make their mark on the genre, and that's what Terrifier is doing. So we're getting a fourth. I don't know if we're getting a fifth. All Hallows Eve was a movie that featured Terrifier, or it featured Art the Clown. So even though there is a trilogy of Terrifier, there are 4 movies with Art the Clown. So we'll see where the franchise goes from here, guys. So those are the movies I have collected over during the month of October. I look forward to building my collection this month of November. So there you go, guys. Let me know which movies that I haven't seen that you think I should watch sooner rather than others. Let me know, and thanks for sticking with me. Like I said, I love showcasing my love for horror and for movies. So thanks again for watching, guys. As always, I will see you all next time.